Hi, it's Pietro Canestrelli from the Law Office of Pietro Canestrelli, and today we're going to talk a little bit about income taxes on the sale of your residence. So I'd like to introduce my very special guest, Amy Smith of Tycor Title. Morning,
Hi,
Amy.
good morning.
All right, so my understanding of escrow is you deal with a lot of deeds. Is that correct?
Yes, we do.
All right. And what's the number one problem that you see all the time on deeds?
Well, people do a lot of deeding spouses on an off title.
Okay.
So they'll either buy a house without their spouse, so the spouse will sign off with an
Right.
interspousal, or we'll get in a transaction. They'll buy a house and remove a spouse for whatever reason to avoid a lien, a judgment,
Right.
liability, etc.
Right. So what sounds like a good idea on when you think about it actually is a potential catastrophe for estate planning purposes. Meaning, if you take that spouse off a title and you pass away, that spouse has no right for that property other than through a probate proceeding. Have you seen that before, Amy?
How many files have we done together this year?
A lot, a lot. So we're here to warn people, do not do that. Do not take your spouse off of title. Do not assume one person is going to die before the other one. All right? You really want to have an estate plan that is going to protect your spouse in case you pass away. And even Amy, or I should say, Amy knows what kind of estate plan you need, right?
I do.
And that is
A family trust.
a family trust,
Yeah.
right? This is someone who has seen thousands of deeds, have seen this happen over and over again. If you have a trust, you're going to protect your spouse. You are going to protect your spouse from having to go through probate, having to share the property with your children, even if those children aren't your spouses also. Everybody hates the stepmother, and they're going to want to kick you out of the house. I speak from experience. I talked to somebody who exactly wanted to do that. I didn't take her case, but she wanted to kick her stepmother out of the house because she owned half of it because they took the spouse off of title.
Via interspousal.
Right.
Yeah.
Very inespresso. Now, there are some good reasons to do this, but you really should vest that property in a trust as soon as possible, again, to protect your spouse.
Yeah, setting up an estate plan is much more cost effective than having to go through probate and the long drawn out process from what we see on the title and escrow side. And it's very sad.
That is correct, because probate is 10 times or more expensive. Now, you're not going to pay for it, but your heirs are going to pay for it. And there'll be a giant fight too. So plan accordingly, set up a trust. We do succession planning here, and we could help you out at our office. Thank you.